We rarely do unboxings on this channel, if ever, so if we're gonna do one, we better have a pretty good reason. And today, I think we have just that. What's cracking, everybody? And yes, today we do have a rare unboxing on the channel because I think what we have here is something pretty cool, or at least it better be what I think it is, otherwise you're probably never going to see this. And yes, as you can see, I did open the outer box just to make sure it wasn't baby supplies or anything like that, because I figured a diaper unboxing probably isn't what you guys wanted to see, but don't worry, I haven't opened up anything that's inside the box. Well, I guess by the time you're seeing this, I have already opened it, but that's kind of how this works. But anyway, before we do get to seeing what's inside this box, while it still has been a pretty light news cycle for the Kraken over the last week to 2 weeks since the last time we did a What's Kraken, there still has been one thing kind of worth mentioning, and that is one more UFA signing in Riley Sheahan. Sheahan comes to the Kraken on a 1-year, $850,000 deal, which helps add a little bit more center depth and veteran center depth to this roster, which definitely is something that they could use. Now, hopefully he doesn't end up getting a whole lot of playing time, and I wouldn't really expect him to, unless, of course, the Kraken go through some injury issues up the middle, which this does help ensure them for. And of course, any playing time he does get, I certainly wouldn't expect to see above the 4th line, or maybe in a pinch the 3rd line, as although he is a former first-round pick from the 2010 draft, he's never been much of a points producer, only putting up 177 points in his 566 career games in 10 seasons at the NHL level. Although really only 8 seasons, as he only played 1 game of each of his age 20 and 21 seasons. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead and see what we have over here. Now, like I said, I'm pretty sure I already have a pretty good idea of what this is, and if you saw the title and thumbnail of this video, you probably do as well, but this is the first look we're getting at it, so let's pull this out of... Cool, so got a sweet looking box here that does have a suspicious, I guess, print job on it here, so let's see if in fact this box contains what they have put on the outside of it. Got a little note here that I'll read in a second, but oh my goodness. Yes, indeed. Whew. There it is. The first look, for me anyway, of the Kraken jersey in person. Obviously, you guys don't quite get to see it in person yet, but this thing is beautiful. Oh my goodness. Wow. They even got the inaugural patch on here. That's pretty awesome. It does look even better. Like, I liked the patch. That's something that they tweeted about quite a bit. And it does look really good in person. So that's stitch job it. Oh my goodness. I'll try and put some pictures of this. I'll put some pictures of this like on the side over here so you can kind of see a little bit more close up. The stitch job here, especially like the stitching along the S where the kind of tentacle like little bumps are, there's some good detail in there that I don't think you really get from like the logo or even seeing the jersey at a distance, but there's some really cool detail in that stitching there. Wow. This is awesome. And if you're wondering, now obviously the jerseys they did say aren't going on sale until the 15th. So if you're wondering why I ended up getting this one early, it's because a while back the Kraken did a fundraiser campaign where they were going to sell the first 200 jerseys as kind of an early release if you paid a healthy amount of money, which I was willing to do because I had been saving up for something else at the time, but it went to charity, which is a good thing. It went to helping develop hockey in the area, which is pretty cool. So I figured, you know, it's a lot of money, but it was going to something other than just the team. It was going to actually like helping build the hockey community. Probably won't wear this particular jersey a whole lot because it does have the Ron Francis signature on the back of it. So that's another thing that came with this one. And just going to go ahead and take a second to put this on. Woo! There it is. Feels good to finally wear a Kraken jersey on the Kraken channel. This thing is awesome. I will say the like this part of the sleeve, the light blue, definitely does look quite a bit more teal than I expected it to. Like, obviously we've seen the logos forever and we've seen the jerseys. It just, for whatever reason, in person it looks a lot more teal than like even in any of the like printed stuff or the logos or anything like that, which personally I really like because I'm a huge fan of teal, but it's definitely not just blue. There definitely is some green in there. Beautiful. And even the eye here, the like kind of stitching on the eye, it's got some texture around the eye, which is cool. It's not just like plastered print on. Obviously that's a little different. Like if you were to get one of the Fanatics jerseys, this is why people really like Adidas jerseys over the Fanatics ones, because this logo is a lot nicer on this Adidas jersey than it probably would look on a Fanatics down the road. Wow. Sleeve stitching is cool. You can see the striping on the sleeve there. That's awesome. Man. It says Kraken. I can't remember what it says. There's the back. Yeah, like I said, I'm definitely going to be getting some jerseys of my own. This one will probably end up in a frame box of some kind, just because it is, you know, one of the first few that they sold. But yeah, definitely pretty awesome. I will say that, especially as I look at this a little bit more, as people kind of noticed when they released them during the expansion draft, or got our first look of them live during the expansion draft, this logo is pretty big, which personally I'm a huge fan of. I'd rather have a logo that's a little bit bigger than one that's a little bit smaller, but especially compared to a lot of the other logo sizes on the other jerseys that I have, this is definitely a healthily sized logo. And I don't know if you can really see it, but that much around the outside that's all like logo fabric around the outside outlining the whole thing. That's the same color as the jersey. So the logo is much more the size of what it looks like on the away jersey than what it looks like here on the home, because a lot of that, you know, the outside kind of outline here and then the middle tentacle part, that's all logo, kind of that harder fabric. So pretty awesome. There's the anchor on the shoulder. Pretty sweet looking shoulder patch. So, oh, I almost forgot about the little note thing that they included with the jersey, which says, "Congratulations and thank you for supporting your Seattle Kraken. You are among the first fans to receive an inaugural year Adidas Authentic Pro jersey. In our continued mission for sustainability conscientiousness, your jersey is made with Adidas's Prime Green, a series of high-performance recycled materials." It's pretty cool. "Our history in the great game of hockey goes as deep as the Puget Sound. The Seattle Metropolitans were the first American club to hoist the Stanley Cup. Not going to forget about that. They are an eternal part to this city's history, and we pay tribute to them by wearing the S." Which, yeah, that was part of the reveal of this logo over a year ago, was that part of the reason they went with the S shape was to throw back to the Seattle Metropolitans, who had an S that had Seattle in it, if you haven't seen that jersey. "We look forward to seeing you on game days wearing your inaugural year Seattle Kraken jersey." Signed, Ron Francis. The first look at a Seattle Kraken jersey, at least with the patch and not on a player, unless, of course, you saw some of the pictures of people on Twitter over the last week, like Paul Buxton. I know he got his jersey from a different kind of event that the Kraken had going on a few months ago. But at least one of the first few looks at a Kraken jersey in person. Pretty awesome. All right, well, if you have made it to this point, thank you very much for watching. I can't wait for all of those of you who are going to get jerseys to get your shot at getting them here in a couple of weeks, because this thing is much, much prettier in person than it even is on video or anything like that. And like I said, I'll have some pictures probably that you've seen going up here on the side as well. But Again, if you have made it to this point, thank you very much for watching. If you did like or enjoy this video, there are buttons for that kind of stuff down below. And as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section, maybe about what player you think you're going to get a jersey of. Obviously, this one came as part of a deal where they all were number 32 and said Kraken on the back, so a little bit different, but maybe what player you're going to get on your jersey. And until next time, stay safe out there and go Kraken.